our next guest from his time on the Bachelor franchise. He is also the host of a successful podcast, and now he's written a new book. Love the title. It's called Don't Text Your Ex Happy Birthday and Other Advice on Love, Sex, and Dating.
Yes, and here he is to give our viewers some relationship advice. Here he is, folks. There he is, Nick Viall. It is good to have you in studio, brother.
Good to be with you, too.
Congrats. Now, people remember, right, you from The Bachelor. At the end, there was a proposal.
It was.
You were engaged for a little while.
For a little bit.
That one didn't work out. Now, is there any advice in this book that you should have taken in that relationship?
Probably, yeah. I mean, the Bachelor relationships are a little bit different than all relationships, but you gotta.
Based in reality?
It's a lot of survival. You have to deal with things in other aspects that most relationships don't. But certainly, everything I wrote in that book, I've learned from mistakes I've made and learned the hard way, in hopes that maybe the people who read it could try to avoid some of the mistakes I've made.
Yeah, what is it about not texting your ex happy birthday? You can text other things, but just not happy birthday?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, listen, when we're going through heartbreak, we love to find reasons not to move on, and it makes sense why, because we miss them, and texting your ex is a great way to make someone else's day about you. And so it usually doesn't work out. And I'm usually talking about when feelings are unsettled, like the months or weeks that follow a breakup, when you're just kind of thinking, well, maybe I should reach out because I'm being nice, or things like that. And it's not because you're being nice. You're either, if you broke up with them, you're just going to remind them in that split second they get that notification, and then they read happy birthday, that you don't really care. Or if you're reaching out because you want them back in your life and they just say thanks, you're gonna be like, and I've done that. It's just like that long message of happy birthday, you're so special, and they're just like thanks, and you're just like, it just ruins everyone's day, and it's just not what people intend. So the best thing to do is just respect that relationship you had. It was meaningful, and the fact that it's not just some casual relationship or some casual friendship means that you should just try to accept that it's over and try to move on and not ruin someone else's birthday.
It's outstanding.
I love it.
Okay, so you're going to give our viewers some relationship advice. Who do we have here first? I think Lauren has a question. We will take a listen and let you answer.
All right.
Hi, Nick. My name is Lauren Petit from Bethesda, Maryland, and my question to you is, what should I do to ensure that I get into a relationship and not a situationship?
Yeah, very common. Situationship is like the common relationship title these days, a situationship. The short answer is don't accept less than you want or deserve in a relationship, which is often what people do. They'll start liking someone, they'll hang out. That other person's like, well, I don't know if I can date right now. And even though they want certain aspects like consistency and clarity and things like that, they'll start accepting less. And also, don't minimize what it means to be in a relationship down to a couple simple things like, going to movies or having dinner or even introducing them to your parents. Like, a relationship is more about knowing that you feel loved and knowing where you stand with someone, not being confused about their feelings and things like that. That's a relationship. So think about what you want. Those are your boundaries. Communicate those and don't compromise. You don't get any points in a relationship for kind of disrespecting your own boundaries in the name of love. Right? So relationships are special. Hold your ground, communicate that, and you should be okay.
Very wise. I love that. All right, we have another question from Brendan. Let's listen.
Hey, Nick, how are you? My name is Brendan. My question for you really comes down to managing the mental leashes from previous relationships, right? We've all been through a lot. We've all had a lot of disappointment, a lot of letdowns in some of our past relationships, and really understanding how to not allow those to affect us in our current relationship. And I would love to hear how you've had success being able to do the same in yours.
Yeah, that can be a challenge too. I mean, I'm someone who a big believer in choosing to trust, right? And that can be hard because you're giving that to someone else. You got to remember your new relationship is not your old relationship, and you left that old relationship for a reason. So don't bring that into the new one. And if you have insecurities, just communicate that. Just say, hey, babe, or whatever your pet name is. And just, it's okay to say, in my past relationship, this was a concern. This is something I struggle with. I'd love your help. When you ask for help in any aspect of life, people are more receptive to, considering that and listening. So just try to communicate, be upfront, and just remember the fact that you're not in that relationship is important. And this new person that you want to be with is not them. And so, don't make them feel like your ex.
Do we have one more?
Yeah, from
Okay, one
Kenya,
more.
I think,
Okay.
right here.
Hi, Nick. I'm Kenya Payton from Washington, D.C. What advice would you give someone that is recently divorced but looking to start dating again?
Yeah, there's a section in my book called Everyone's Annoying. And the premise of that
It's a good start.
the premise of that is that I think when we're out there and dating is hard. There's this fear of not being liked, right? And especially when we go through hard breakups like divorce, you know, we live life and we have our ups and downs, and I think there's this fear of not being accepted when we go out there in the dating world, right? I think it's just important to remember that everyone out there has their own insecurities, their own fears of dating. Those are the people you're getting to know on dates. So dating is not about getting someone to like you early on. It's about, you know, figuring out, is this person worth your time and energy to go on a second or third date? So just focus on getting to know them, ask a lot of questions, give yourself some grace. You know, there's a lot of great reasons why people are going to want to date you. So don't worry about what you've been through, you know, if people are going to accept you. We all have our, you know, warts, our baggage, so to speak. So, you know, don't worry. There's things that they're afraid of. So don't stress yourself out and just have some confidence. Take breaks when you need it, because, you know, dating's like working out. You know, you get fatigued, you're exhausted. Take time outs and you should be good.
Wow, you learned a lot on The Bachelor.
You know, heartbreak will do that to you.
Nick Viall, thank you so much for joining us
It's
today.
good to be with you guys.
Really, seriously, great advice. Don't text your ex happy birthday is out now for everyone.
Really, it's good to have you. You've been coming here for a long time with the Bachelor franchise, coming here to GMA. You're always a good guest, so it's
You
good
guys
to
are
have
like
you.
family. It's good
Really,
to be with you
man.
guys.
It's really good to have you here,
Yeah,
brother.
you're welcome back anytime.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.